Hey guys, welcome to the presentation on the massage process. So this one will take you through the beginning to the end on how to prepare properly for your massage and how to finish it once you're done. All right, let's go. The massage steps are the following. You start with your dog's life, a little analysis. Then we look at visual observations. What can we see without doing anything, without touching the dog? What can we see? Then you go on to your flat hand assessment. That's where we touch the dog for the first time mindfully. We'll talk about tracking. We talk about duration of how long a massage will last. We'll talk about a good setup and the aftercare. All right, so here we go. Before we start on our massages and hope for the best, it's actually really good to have a look at the complete dog. Yeah, we don't want to just start massaging and hope for the best. We need this information so we have an idea of what may possibly cause pain spots. Yeah, it is really important you do this, and you really only have to do this once because you're only massaging your dog, you're not massaging other people's dogs, and it'll help you identify what could be causing the problem. So, what is your dog's life like? How often do they exercise? Is that on lead or off lead? Do they get to play fetch a lot? Do they jump in the air for balls? Do they walk stairs every day? Do they jump in and out of a car? Do they jump on and off the bed or a couch? Do they live mainly on carpet or wooden floors or tiles? Do they pull on lead? Do they mainly walk on pavement? Or do they go for treks around bushy and rocky areas with lots of climbing? Do they sleep in a crate or on a bed or on the floor or outside? Yeah, we need this information because it can give us an indication of how a dog's body is doing. For example, a dog that consistently pulls on lead and wears a front clip harness or a spawn harness that sits in the armpits will have tightness around the shoulder area. A dog that pulls and plays tug a lot will have tightness in the neck muscles. A dog that has to walk 3 flights of stairs every day will have a chance to feel sore in their hips, and a dog that jumps in and out and on and off a lot of objects may be sore in his legs and knees. Walking consistently on slippery floors will also have an impact on your dog's body. So it's good to realize the possible causes of why your dog feels a certain way, and then see if you need to change anything, right? Because it's no point giving your dog a massage every week for the rest of his life if you don't change anything about the setup. So it could be that you want to put some rugs in your living room so when your dogs are having fun and playing, they won't slip so much and fall over. Yeah, that can avoid injury. Or maybe you want to throw the ball differently so your dog doesn't jump so high in the sky. So all of these things is really helpful to actually have a look at to be mindful of what could be causing that issue. We also want to look at diet. Overweight dogs have issues. Yeah, it's not healthy for a dog to have and be overweight. It's not good for their joints. And they also lack exercise very often. So you want to have a look at that, especially if you randomly go and exercise an overweight dog. That might be a bit of a shock to the system. You want to take notice of. So, if you want to analyze the food, you could look at things as, do they eat mainly fresh food like raw or kibble? Do they get any joint supplements? Do they have upset tummy regularly or runny poos? Yeah, if that's the case, then massage might not be recommended yet until that is solved. Yeah, um, maybe even stuff like skin allergies. Are they caused by diet or something else? So that is analyzing your dog's life. You do that basically just the first time, and then you're done with that one and you just review it every now and then. Yeah, so if a problem keeps persisting, review it. Why is my dog constantly stiff in this same area? Is there something in the house that might be causing it? Could even be rough play with another dog. Yeah, if they always see their friend on Friday and then they're walking really stiffly on Saturday, then maybe the play with the friend is a little bit too much. Next, we go over to visual observations, and that's where we just look at the dog. You don't even have to touch it, we're just looking. How are they walking? What's their gait like? Are they a bit short in the back legs, or do they have a nice open stride? Is there a bit of swing in the hips, or are they holding their back really stiff? Did you know dogs can have X and O legs as well? Are their nails too long? That can also have a really big impact on how a dog walks. What's their coat like? Is it shiny? Is it dull? Do they struggle getting out of their winter coat? And if they have a long coat and there is a part of the hair that's a bit rough or against, it looks like the hairs are going against the general stream, that looks unusual, that can also be an indication of a problem area. So have a look at that. And you do this every single time. Yeah, it doesn't take long to have a quick look at your dog. Just it's I know we all look at our dogs all day, but how often do you mindfully look at your dog? Yeah, so that's kind of what we're going for here. And if you haven't mindfully looked at your dog walking, put them on a lead for a minute and walk them in a very slow pace. So a nice, easy walk. We don't want anything fast. Yeah, where you just have a look, how are they walking? If you have someone that can help you, perfect, let them do the walking. If you don't, you could maybe set up your phone and film it, or if you have a space big enough that has a mirror in it, walk them in front of the mirror. And it's just maybe once so you can see the left side and once so you can see the right side. If that's enough for you, awesome. But that way you have an indication of how your dog might be doing on that particular day. Once you've done that, you go into the flat hand assessment. You take a flat hand, just hold your hand flat and move it all over your dog's body. So I start from the head and the ears and I move it over the neck, chest, shoulder area, and then stomach and the hindquarters and the legs and tail on one side. So I will start first on the left and then I will do the right side. And what I'm doing is that I'm feeling for bumps, lumps, scratches, or general sensitivity in my dog. Yeah, and you'd be surprised that for some dogs, that could already be a bit much. So what you're looking for might be that if you are petting your dog's butt or hindquarters, if they turn to you or they nudge your hand away, like, or even some dogs will even pull their lip up a little bit. Yeah, that is a real sign of ouch, that hurts, and you need to be mindful of that. So that's what we're doing with our flat hand assessment. It'll give us a good indication of when we're actually massaging what might be a problem area. Now, this one will be really helpful for you, and that's talking about tracking your massages. It seems a bit tedious, but it can be really, really handy to get into a routine to track your massage. Yeah, it's especially handy if you're a bit data driven. So, say you want to get into the routine of doing massages regularly, it can be helpful to write down some notes of what you felt or noticed your dog doing. Some people like a diagram to just circle problem points, and others like to write down a few notes. So I've made a few different tracking diagrams for you to choose from, which you can find in the PDF file attached to this module. Yeah, I've got one where you have two small dogs, left and right side, and you can write notes under that. Then I have that bigger, so if you need more space to write and circle. And then one is just areas of the dog's body that you could maybe label or circle where you find issues. And we again do that on the left and the right side. Note down things such as my dog kept getting up every time I tried to massage his left hindquarters, or he kept turning his head towards me when working on his right inner back leg. He pulled up his lip when massaging his left shoulder blade. Those are signs your dog is feeling something that might be a bit painful, and you need to know about that. Yeah, and I don't know, I can't always remember the exact details. So if I just write a quick little note down and I massage him next week and he isn't doing that, I can kind of conclude, hey, that must be feeling better. And if it got worse, then you also have that down on paper. You can also write things down as he felt a bit tense on his hindquarters, but after 5 minutes he really relaxed into my hands, lay flat on the floor, and fell asleep. Yeah, so it doesn't just have to be negative notes, it could also be um, positive stuff that you want to write down. Really, really handy. Make sure you go check out those diagrams and you can just print them off, put them in a folder, or you just write some notes in a diary. It's totally up to you. Massage duration. So every dog's tolerance is different. Yeah, this really varies. When I was doing clients regularly, some dogs would really instantly enjoy into it, and I would easily massage in 40 minutes, and other dogs, I could barely get 10 minutes out of them. It is probably easier for you to massage your own dog for a longer period than when you bring your dog in to someone like me, because you're in a new area, it's a new person, and it's often a bit uncomfortable at first for dogs to be touched by random strangers. Yeah. Um, I generally massage around 30 minutes for a small to medium sized dog and around 45 minutes for a large breed. Um, Sometimes dogs are over it. Yeah. So a massage is led by the dog, not by you. So it's not that you have in mind, I'm going to massage you for 30 minutes now. If your dog is fed up with you after 15 minutes, then the massage is done. Yeah. You'll notice some dogs can be really clear about that. Yeah, they might even try and bite your hands. And that's a sign of, I've had enough, or don't touch that area. You will find that the beginning, that when you start this, um, you will probably do about 10 minutes. Yeah, and then as you are getting better at it, and your dog is getting in a routine of it and relaxing more, that the massage will get longer and longer every time you do it. I do recommend the first few times to put your dog on a lead and just sit on the lead, because otherwise your dog might walk away. And walking away is sometimes also just boredom of, I don't know what we're doing here. Yeah, so you need to find that fine line of, I can tell my dog has had enough, to my dog is mucking about and he just doesn't want to sit here with me. Yeah, so you need to work that out for your dog. Now, the setup for a massage. Yeah, you can massage pretty much in any relaxing spot. If you have two dogs in the household, put one dog away, or if you have multiple dogs, so you can actually give the one dog all the attention. You will find that if you massage one dog, the other dog will start butting in most of the time. Yeah, your dog should have enough space to lie down if they want to. Yeah. Your dog again decides in what position they want to be. They don't have to lie down, they don't have to sit. Some dogs enjoy standing. You generally find they start with a stand, and then as they relax into it, they will sit down and then lie down. And sometimes they will go completely flat. Yeah, flat on this side. So I often start with dogs standing up, especially if I'm new to them. I have them on lead because I want to avoid them walking away. I generally sit or stand on the lead with enough space for them to, comfortably stand or lie down. The reason I sit or stand on it is because I need my hands. I can't be holding the lead at the same time. Um, just remember they should enjoy it and they decide how that is. And often dogs will relax into areas and make themselves more comfortable how they see fit. Sometimes dogs fall asleep, yeah, and they will be flat on their left side and it's ready for you to go and massage them on their right. Just gently wake them up, yeah, and see maybe even with a treat if you can get them up and move them to the other side. Yeah, don't roughly flip them over. Your dog may bite you because they'll get grumpy. Um, I massage either on the ground or on a massage table. A yoga mat works really well as well, um, depending on how flexible you are or how your body feels. Sometimes putting something under your knee can be really comfortable, because otherwise it can get a bit painful if you're not flexible at all. The massage table for me is more for if you do a lot of massages and you want to save your back. Yeah, especially if you have tiny dogs, I recommend elevating them a little bit. Your couch can also work if your dogs are allowed on furniture and there is enough space. Yes, if you have a massive dog and they can't lay flat on the couch, do it on the floor instead. You always start at the dog's front, so the head, and you work your way back to the tail. You start on one side first, and you do the whole left side from front to back. So, say you start on the left, you do the whole left side first, and then you move to the right side. If you want to do a spot massage, so say your dog has a regional contraindication and you can't do a certain area, or you are limited for time, or you just want to warm up the shoulders, that's fine. Yeah. But you need to make sure that what you do on the left, you also do on the right. Yeah. You can't just massage one side of your dog and then be like, okay, finished. Yeah. Because your dog ends up crooked at some point and unbalanced. That's slightly different if you're working on an issue where your dog is compensating. Yeah, so say your dog has an injury and it's heavily leaning on one side, you can put more effort on the side that is the most sore. Be prepared for a lot of molting. Yeah, lots of hair loss. That happens with a lot of dogs when they relax and get a bit warm. Aftercare for the massage. Um, After the massage, make sure your dog has a nice spot to chill out and enough water to drink. I generally find dogs get really thirsty. Just like you get offered a glass of water after a massage, the dogs need water as well. So I always had a bowl nice and close by. Um, and I find they have a really big sleep afterwards. Sometimes taking them after for like a little walk afterwards is really good. Just a short and eventful walk, so no pulling on lead or playing in the park. Just 5 minutes walking it out is great. Um, and you should definitely 100% do that if your dog needs to be confined afterwards. So, say he needs to go in a kennel or a crate afterwards, you should definitely walk out his muscles for, say, 5 minutes before you put him in the crate. All right, that is everything about the massage process. Make sure you go and check out those tracking sheets, and then we'll see you at the next module.